tonight a Porter County Conference matchup between the Wheeler Bearcats and the Hebron Hawks. We're at Hebron High School, the home of the Hawks. Special thanks to Athletic Director Mr. Dennis Foster. Wheeler comes in tonight 3-9 and 2-3 in the PCC. They're led by Coach Peter Heath. On the Hebron side, they're 11-3 overall, 3-1 in the Porter County Conference, fresh off the PCC Tournament Championship last weekend. With Coach Chip Collins, Joe Rodano tonight from Hebron High School. PCC Conference matchup between the Wheeler Bearcats and the Hebron Hawks. Coach Dennis Foster's ball club coming off a big PCC Tournament Championship game. Wheeler, on the other hand, has struggled, though, but they've played better, even though the record hasn't indicated that of late.
I think two things stand out about this ball game. First, our fans are going to enjoy those three letters, PCC. Great atmosphere, great tradition in this gymnasium. The second thing, Joe, I think the two coaches really have contrasting jobs tonight. Dennis Foster's kids are sky high. They won the PCC tournament last week. How does he convince them that Wheeler at 3-9 has a chance to beat them? He's got a job to do tonight because his team is maybe, let's say, a 12, 15-point favorite, but the score is tied right now. On the other hand, Peter Heath, he knows he doesn't have the guns, the firepower that Hebron has. He's got to convince his kids, if we do everything right, we can save this game and win it at the last minute. If it's in the 40s, Wheeler's got a chance. If it's in the 50s, it's going to get away. Once it gets to 60, it's Hebron's basketball game.
All righty, we'll have the tip-off when we return tonight. Wheeler and Hebron, BCC Basketball next on WYIN Channel 56.
The Northwest Indiana High School Basketball Game of the Week on Channel 56 is made possible by the following.
Since 1961, St. Catherine Hospital has had a long history of leadership in heart care. We offer the newest technology, including a cardiac cath lab, diagnostic techniques like echocardiography, and a new outpatient exercise suite, the most recent addition to the rehab treatment program. For heart care, put your confidence in St. Catherine. For information, 392-7110.
Pride of Purdue, convenience of Calumet. Purdue University Calumet offers a tradition-rich Purdue education, plus convenience of pursuing it while living at home and holding a job. For opportunities in more than 80 associate bachelor's and master's degree fields, it's Purdue Calumet. Pride of Purdue, convenience of Calumet.
Pitt Printing, 8110 South Broadway in Maryville, is a full-service print shop for all types of business, commercial, and personal printing. Pitt Printing is known for excellence and quick, dependable service. Whatever your printing need, Pip has the solution. Pitt Printing, 8110 South Broadway in Maryville, 769-6719.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
We're back at Hebron High School before our game. Dueling school songs. First we'll hear the Wheeler High School school song, and it'll be followed by the Hebron High School school song.
Please remain standing for our national anthem.
We are now ready for the starting lineup for tonight's ball game. The TA announcer at Hebron High School is Mr. Kevin Nichols.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you to the gym tonight on behalf of the administration and the athletic department. We welcome you to another exciting evening of Hebron basketball. Tonight, the Hebron Hawks host the Wheeler Bearcats. And at this time, we'll first be introducing the Wheeler team. Starting tonight for the Wheeler Bearcats is a forward position, wearing number 32, 6'2", sophomore Bill Fisk. At the other forward position, wearing number 50, a 6'2", senior Brian Donley. At center, wearing number 42, a 6'1" junior Scott Hart. At guard, wearing number 14, a 5'9" sophomore, Jason Holden. And at the other guard position, wearing number 24, a 6'1" senior, Jeff Steep. The Wheeler Bearcats are coached by Steve Heath. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give you the 1993 Porter County Conference champion, the Hebron Hawks. Starting tonight at the fourth position, a 6'2" sophomore, wearing number 40, Justin Moore. At the other fourth position, wearing number 52, a 6'7" junior, Josh King. At center, wearing number 50, a 6'5" junior, Ryan Goldenrock. At the guard position, wearing number 42, a 6' senior, Jack Shelby. At the other guard position, wearing number 44, a 6'1" junior, Jake Wheeler. The Wheeler Hawks are coached by Dennis Foster. This is a conference game tonight for the largest Wheeler and student league in the conference, and the Wheeler is 3-1.
We're ready to go to some starting lineups. The Hawks on the screen.
West End,
Josh Spinks comes in tonight, the fourth leading scorer in the Porter County Conference, averaging 16.5 points a ball game. Brian Donnelly on the flip side for Wheeler, 16.3 points. He's number 5 in the Porter County Conference.
You see Gary Boone and Phil Dunbar, the two referees for tonight's basketball game, Joe.
Wheeler in the road green with white and orange trim. Hebron in their home white with red numerals and red trim.
As we talked, you can see the coaching staff there for Hebron. We talked in the introduction tonight.
And I think we need some help with your microphone. We'll get that, though, I'm sure. Spinks and Donnelly to go up center circle. Ball in the air, and it's controlled by the Bearcats.
Wheeler controlling the basketball right now, Joe, and I think we're going to be looking right away to see how deliberate they can be offensively.
Donnelly, head of the key, comes down the lane, back to Donnelly. Free throw line, swings it left side, long three in the air, and good. Jeff Cheek, who has an outstanding three-point percentage this season, knocks down first one, and it's 3-0 Wheeler. Inside, it's deflected to the right side. Wheeler had a hand on it, but it's out of bounds to who? Out of bounds to the Hawks.
That's exactly the start that the Bearcats needed. 3 points on the board. Now they need a basketball back, and they begin to play the type of tempo game that they would like to play. Almost, maybe more than 2 points difference since these teams. 69 Hebron and down in the mid-40s for Wheeler.
Hovis on the steal, and he pulls it back out. 3-0 Wheeler lead. Donnelly the baseline, it wasn't Donnelly. It was Hart who had the shot blocked and rebounded by the Hawks. Wheeler lobs for Zeldenrust in the lane. He lays it in.
Post defense going to be a problem for Wheeler all night. Hebron in a one zone that will probably get into a regular 2-3 formation after the first pass to the side.
Cheek gives to Donnelly. Low pass, good catch by Hart to save it in. Now he had it deflected, and it goes out of bounds to Wheeler.
Almost surprised that Wheeler chose to play against the zone instead of just bringing the ball back out and making Hebron guard them man for man, where the one-on-one drives may become their best play.
Brian Donnelly gives it right side. Fish. Jason Hovis. Fish fakes, gives back to Hovis. Cheek. Hovis fakes. Wheeler very patient as we thought they'd be, and that one goes right between Donnelly and Cheek and out of bounds.
There's your perfect definition of the unforced error. A pass into the Hebron cheer block for no reason whatsoever. There was not any defensive pressure on the offensive team. Just can't do that. You got to throw the ball to somebody wearing your own color shirt.
Long three in the air is good. Jake Wheeler knocks down the shot.
Jake, the 6'1" senior, averaging almost 9 points a game on the year. That one certainly looks easy.
Hovis bounced past the Cheek face. He knocked down a three earlier, and that brought Spinks out, and Josh has his first foul. Three Hebron by 2. 5:29 to go, first quarter.
Zone formation has changed now to 1-3-1. We'll see. You'll be able to see that if the ball comes back out in front. We'll see how the zone shapes up.
Cheek steps inside, feeds it back out. Donnelly, long three's no good. Long rebound. Donnelly tracks it down. 14-footer's good.
Brian averaging about 16.5 a game, and he, of course, has to score if the Bearcats are going to stay in the basketball game.
That one is deflected out of bounds, and Wheeler gets it on the turnover. Full court pressure that time after the basket. Donnelly fakes. Penetration. Cheek will try another three. He's 2 for 2 from out there. Eight-5. Wheeler has a three-point lead. Good pressure again, and what's the call? A foul, though. Offensive foul on Hebron. On Jack Eldridge.
Looks like a pretty good call right down in front of us with the free arm. You'll be able to see the play come to the sideline, and he runs right into the defensive player. Pretty good call. Cheek, who has hit the 2 3-pointers, shot very poorly in the PCC tourney. It's been almost a year-long shooting slump, but they say he's one of their best practice shooters. He hits a couple here, and that could really put him back on track.
He's drained his first two. Now Donnelly fires no good short. Rebound is off the hand and out of bounds of Hebron. Deflected off the hand of Jack Eldridge. Jack's going to take a seat as Brian Wright is in the ball game. Donnelly splits the defense, pulls it back out. On the baseline, they find Cheek again. He's got the confidence now. He's drained three in a row. A foul on Donnelly in the backcourt, but Wheeler's gone to an 11-5 lead. For Coach Skeeter Heath, he's picked a good time to come out of that shooting slump, Coach.
Definitely. 3 shots, 9 points. You can't do much better.
Now it's thrown away in the backcourt. Brian Wright, though, tracks it down for the Hawks, and he comes out of there. Across the midcourt line. Open is Zeldin Russ for two. It's an 11-7 Wheeler lead. Zeldin Russ has 4 and a traveling call on the far side on Cheek. Obviously, we've seen what the 3 threes have done to that defense.
Definitely. They're going to have to move them farther back out on the floor. Those are claps on the post player when the ball went inside.
Fink fires and scores. Josh's first two. It's a 2-point Wheeler lead at 11-9. In the corner, it's off the knee of Donnelly, a poor pass and a turnover.
Once again, if our fans would like to almost keep a tally sheet of one of the things that's the most important items in basketball is how many times do you bring the ball down the floor and not get a shot off.
Okay, we have a long roster. That's Ray Terpstra who knocked down the shot. Terpstra with the 3 there, not the freshman, Brian Wright.
You see the jump shot along the baseline by Brian Donnelly.
Bearcats get it on the baseline. Fish has it. Guarded by Terpstra. They swing at the far side. Piaski's in the game and lost it. Terpstra to the goal, hanging, laying it in.
See the replay and the nice hanging layup by Terpstra. Principal Jim Rose. I got do a little of everything when you're the principal. I got the towel out there and cleaning up the floor. I think Jim knew the TV cameras were on down there, you know. He'll take a little ribbing about that in the faculty lounge next week.
13-11, Hebron by Duke. Hova's trapped. Now it's deflected away and out of bounds to Hebron.
Not only did Hebron win the PCC this year, Joe, but they were the host school, even though it's up there at Valparaiso High School. And so Jim Rose and his crew from Hebron really deserve a pat on the back for putting on a great tourney.
Fink stopped on the baseline and lost it. Good double team that time as Josh wanted to lumber in there and knock up over a couple of Bearcats and get inside, but they didn't back off. Hovis. Hebron continues to change their defense. Donnelly driving, shuffles inside, good fake, ball up, no good, rebounded by Ray Terpstra.
The game at a little bit more of an up-tempo now.
And a foul called on Wheeler.
The more the game gets out of control, the more it's a little bit helter-skelter, the better it is to Coach Denny Foster's liking. Watch the replay as the ball is taken to the basket.
Agreed by number 44 for Hebron,
Who is, of course, out of bounds under the Hebron basket now. Wheeler, so they're lined up man for man. We won't be able to tell until the ball comes inbound.
Big height advantage for the Hawks. Long jumper in the air. They'll get off the back iron. Good box on the weak side. Hovis just fires it off the knee of Big Josh Spinks, and it will be Wheeler basketball.
Let's check that Hebron defense, which has been changing each time down the floor. They're in a 2-3 zone right now, it looks like. Now it's hard to tell. Now it's 3-2 with Spinks out high on the wing.
Good behind the backdoor pass. Now the shot is up. No foul. Little intimidation there, and it's rebounded after the block. Zeldenrust made the block. Justin Moore comes out of there with it. Spinks fakes the three. Terpstra fires from 10 long on an air ball. Rebounded by Donnelly. Donnelly comes out of there, comes down left of the lane, and a blocking foul on Hebron.
Very tough call against Wheeler, and you'll watch it here on the replay. He does not have his shoulders squared up. It was much more evident from the baseline angle where the camera and the referee were located than it was from up here. Good call by the officiating crew.
Chris Piaski on the baseline inbounds. His cheek comes back in, and Jason Hovis will come out.
Must have been icing down his hands. A little too hot over there.
Long pass out to Donnelly.
Looks like 1-3-1 now as the shape of the zone continues to change. Either they're changing every time down the floor, or they've got one or two guys that are not sure what they're doing.
Cheek. Chris Piaski. Donnelly's open for a long three. No good off the front rim. Rebound. A couple of Bearcats had their hand on it, but Ray Terpstra comes out of there on the fly to the goal and lays it in. Free throw line, Fish down the lane, firing and scoring.
18 seconds to play here as the ball's knocked out of bounds.
Pretty high scoring first quarter, too.
Very much so. Both teams had the ball back. Wheeler had it twice with under 35 seconds, and now this is Hebron's second possession with under 35 seconds. And neither team seemed to be too interested in taking the last shot, although I would certainly think Hebron would here with 12 seconds.
Spinks. Justin Moore, Ray Terpstra. Back to Moore. One of the clocks not working on this side as Zeldenrust fires no good, and we're through with one quarter. After one, it's the Hawks 15 and Wheeler 13 on Channel 56.
The Northwest Indiana High School Basketball Game of the Week on Channel 56 is made possible by the following. Straight TV and Appliances, 302 Jackson Street in Hebron, servicing most makes and models for over 40 years. 738-9090. And by Petrie, Fitzgerald and Shanahan, 107 North Main in Hebron, attorneys at law wishing good luck to the Hawks. 996-2300. And by Patch's Market, 800 Country Square Plaza in Hebron. Open 24 hours, 7 days a week. Fresh produce, meat, and baked goods. Good luck, Hawks. 996-2241. And by Hebron Radiator, 945 South 250 West in Hebron. Radiator repairs for cars, trucks, even locomotives, including heater cores. All work guaranteed. 1.5 miles south of the Cargill Grain Elevator and Route 8, 996-3452. And by Dr. Michael C. Tavener, 56 Park Place Drive, Hebron. Family and cosmetic dentistry. Your smile is your greeting to the world. Protect it. Good luck, Hawks. 996-3311.
15-13, Hawks by 2 at the end of the second frame, and Terpstra has to run to inbounds the ball to Spink. He steps inside, lobs for Zeldenrust, and he lays it up and in.
That'll certainly work. You have your 6'7" guy jump up in the air and drop it down to your 6'5" guy and lay in the basket. And when the other team's biggest guy's about 6'2", it works real well.
4-point Hebron lead, 7:42 to go, first half.
One 3-1 formation zone defensive wise.
Fish fires, no good, short, cheeks the rebound, fakes is fouled, and it's called on Ryan Zeldenrust. Wheeler really had a great season last year. Peter Heath has really brought this program from nowhere to respectability, as we see the replay there. Didn't win a game for two seasons and a half, I believe, before getting on the board a couple years ago.
Done a very nice job. Not only does the team play well, but they look good on the floor, too, which is something every school community is interested in.
Lost some outstanding players, Cherry and Zabrowski last season to graduation as that shot is short. Terpstra has the rebound and a foul on Brian Donnelly.
He did have a nice team last year. The young men you mentioned, along with the Bradford boy, was the point guard on that team and won the Mental Attitude Award at the PCC tourney. We played Wheeler when I was coaching at Valparaiso in Skeeter's first year there, and even then, even though I think they only scored in the 20s or something like that against us, that you could see that the discipline was going to be there to have a fine program eventually.
Jake Wheeler gives to Eldridge. Eldridge backs in, back to Wheeler. He's open on the baseline, 5-footer's good. He's got 5, and it's 19-13, Hebron by 6. Stolen away, now foul called on Wheeler. Brian Hunt whistled on it.
On the replay, you see the cross-court pass, a little bit too high. Ball goes loose, and the foul call.
The PA announcer is reading the score for all the fans who can't see the one scoreboard that's working here tonight. Justin Moore gives inside Spink, triple team, turnaround shot, rolls around and out. Rebounded by Piaski of Wheeler. It's deflected out of bounds, and Coach Heath wants a timeout. Timeout Bearcats, 6:30 to go first half. 19-13, Hebron by 6 on Channel 56.
The Northwest Indiana High School Basketball Game of the Week on Channel 56 is made possible by the following.
Lakeshore Employment and Training Partnership Incorporated brings people and jobs together. Lakeshore is a not-for-profit organization created to develop programs which prepare unskilled individuals to enter the labor force. We bring people and jobs together.
Ask a Nurse, the 24-hour healthcare information and physician referral service sponsored by Lakeshore Health System, offer reliable healthcare assistance. The toll-free number lets you speak directly to a registered nurse who will provide answers to healthcare questions or help you find a physician. With Ask a Nurse, you'll receive accurate, confidential information in the privacy of your own home. 1-800-545-5424.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
19-13 Hebron by 6. 6:30 to go first half. Channel 56 here. Our Northwest Indiana High School basketball game of the week. And again, we're asking you to support the high school game of the week with a $10 donation. That'll be billed to your next phone bill. If you call one of those 900 numbers now, it's a vote in favor of high school basketball continuing on Channel 56. Look at the support. Last week, Kinky Valley and Lowell did a lot to make sure they're on Channel 56 in the upcoming weeks and seasons. With KV with 22 calls to the 1-900 number. They take the lead. They're number one right now for this season. Lowell is second with 10 calls. Really outstanding as the shot goes down. Count it, and a foul called on Bill Fish. Shot good by Justin Moore, and he'll shoot for the three-point play.
Heck of a move. He felt the foul. As you're going to see the spin dribble there. There's the foul across the arm, but it was the non-shooting arm that was fouled. He forced the ball up into the air, had it drop, and he'll go to the line to attempt the three-point play.
Really, 22 calls and 10 calls are outstanding, and something that the Wheeler side and the Hebron side needs to do tonight. Hey, they can ensure themselves a game next season with a big performance. There's the rebound as Spinks, it goes down. What's the call? Spinks was fouled. The basket will count. Somewhat of a continuation.
Yeah, interesting play, I think, would be the comment to say and then leave alone. Spink with 72% free throws here.
That one rolls out, rebounded by Donnelly. So big trip, though, for the Hawks. 4 points to make it a 10-point game. Cheek. Brian Donnelly.
Wheeler needs to shape up against the zone here, and there'll be plenty of easy perimeter shots, just like that one.
Chris Piaski knocks it down for a three. Now it's kicked. No call on the kick, though, and Cheek comes out of there for a turnover. Donnelly driving. Takes 4 Hawks with him. Now Cheek pulls up for a 12-footer. Rolls no good. Rebounded by Eldridge.
He was too close. A lot of tradition out here in this gymnasium. Hebron has great basketball tradition. I don't know if some of our fans are probably watching a PCC game for the first time, and they need to understand how important this is to these communities. This will be the main topic of conversation in the coffee shops tomorrow morning.
Piaski shoots 38% from three-point range. He knocked down his first shot just a moment ago from there. Terpstra had it slotted by Cheek, and a foul called.
Wheeler side did not believe there was a foul. You can judge for yourself. The ball was swatted up above, whether it was body contact down below. Very difficult to tell from our angle or from the camera angle. But at this point, it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference, because Terpstra will be going to the free throw line, where he shoots a rather cool 89% on the year. I believe 42 out of 47 or something like that for the year.
That's pretty good.
Not bad at all.
That's Ray Terpstra. Again, we had a wrong roster earlier this week. Free throw is no good.
Now he's shooting 86%, probably. And we're going to get the postcard.
That's right. We jinxed him. That one's good.
Hebron in the press, trying to trap the ball in the backcourt. What they're hoping to do is force Wheeler into a quick shot.
Cheek fires the three. Good again. Jeff needs to keep shooting. That's his 4th three-pointer of the night.
He's had 2 misses. They were from 12 feet.
Stay out there.
Yeah, he needs to drive backwards.
24-19. Zeldenrust, turnaround baseline jump shot long. Nice rebound, though, as they fight for it on the weak side.
Nice pass.
Stevens fires, no good. Rebound inside. Terpstra can't get it to go, and it's knocked out of bounds to Wheeler.
24 to 19, down only by 5 are the Bearcats. They were down by 10 just a moment ago. As you'll watch this replay of the short shot and the ball being batted out of bounds and going to the Wheeler Bearcats. I was going to say a moment ago, a lot of tradition in this gym. Steinhilber, Riley, Smock, Hofer, Knopf, Urbis, Ingram, McKay, great names in the past.
Short, no good. Rebound tipped around. And, of course, the great team down here just a few years ago.
Right, with Ron Kobza, and then a year or two before that, Claire Knapp, outstanding basketball players here in the Hebron gym. You can, and there is a great tradition not only in this gym but in the entire league.
Jason Hovis, that's deflected by Terpstra. Ball goes out of bounds back to the Bearcats. Ray Terpstra, number 24, has come in and very quick off the dribbles, giving the Hawks a lift. Piaski. Challenged on the dribble, gets it away. Hovis. Piaski's open again, 3 in the air. Long that time, fight for the rebound. It's tipped out to the Hawks, now lost. Went between the legs of Terpstra. 24-19, Hawks by 5. 3:25 to go first half. And a reach-in foul on Ray Terpstra. Jeff Cheek's got to get the ball a little more down here on offense.
I think if they just be a little less anxious, a little more patient, just pass the ball back and forth, they'd get a couple of good shots at the top of the circles and in the corner. The zone has allowed them shots, but I think it would allow them even better shots if they just be just a hair more patient with the basketball.
Going to the line is Jason Hovis, a 5'9", 165 sophomore. 74% from the free throw line this season. He hasn't looked to shoot, though, from the outside. Well, he won't go to the line.
Evidently, that was not the one-and-one free throw foul. There must be one more to go.
They threw the curve at us. Now Chink has it. Hovis bounces left side. Donnelly now picks up his dribble. Somebody's got to help him out.
He can take their time. The shot's in the corner. There it was. There's another shot. Plenty of time.
No good. Rebounded by Justin Moore. Down the floor. Zeldenrust is open and lays it in.
Very poor transition by Wheeler that time, and across from the two-pointer inside.
Pressure. Piaski had it deflected by Eldridge, but Hovis comes back, gets a screen, fires a left-handed shot, no good. Rebound goes to Zeldenrust.
Comes down to a jumping contest. It's going to be Hebron's game.
Wheeler, Justin Moore. Zeldenrust has looked good. That one's no good. Rebound loose on the floor, and Piaski comes out of there, and he's fouled. Fouled by Byron Stevens.
See Coach Heath discussing things with one of the officials. I don't think he's inviting him out for pizza after the game. During the replay, you can see Coach Heath felt there were 3 or 4 hacks on his rebounder before one was finally called.
Chris Piaski comes to the free throw line. .57% on the season.
Just a sophomore.
Knocks it down. Boy, he looks very young even for a sophomore. Looks maybe like the kid that brings you the newspaper.
I got news for you, Joe. Year after year, these sophomores are going to look younger to you. They look like third graders to me. The time is rolling. I feel like I'm eating breakfast every 20 minutes.
Knocks them both down, 26-21. More to the goal. Left-handed layup is good. 28-21 Hawks. Cross-court pass, Donnelly. Gets it back to Piaski. He launches the three. No good long. Nice rebound by Hart. 1:43 to go, first half.
There are a lot of principles of playing against the zone, and one of them is you have to pass fake to move the zone, make it slide from side to side. Wheeler's not getting that done. They are, however, shooting that three-pointer from the outside. What I was going to say was they are, however, cross-courting the ball well, which is something you'd like to do against the zone.
Eldridge. Free throw line, off balance shot is good. (30-24). So difficult, though, for Wheeler, though, as you see the defense coming out to guard them now, to operate out there without any kind of inside game. A foul called. More free throws. The fouls on Wheeler. You have any kind of inside game, and if they come out to get you, you just knock it down inside.
Actually, you can play without the inside game if you just throw the ball in there anyway. And what needs to happen is you need to puncture a zone. You puncture it two ways. You puncture it with a dribble penetration from the outside, or you have to cut into the zone from behind. Players who are almost out of bounds underneath the zone need to puncture it from behind, then pop the ball inside. Even if you're not going to consider shooting it, just throw it in there to the colored area someplace, the painted area. Throw it in there, then kick it back out. That pass into the center will collapse the zone, and it'll shorten the perimeter shot.
Missed free throw, rebounded by the Hawks, Eldridge. Spinks, it collapsed on him well. Whatever he's gotten his hands on it. Spinks just knocked down one of the Bearcats. That one rolls around and out. They fight for the rebound, and it's tipped in.
They gave it to Spinks, I believe.
He's got 6, 32-24, an 8-point Hebron lead. Traveling called on the far side.
Good call. You see the ball going in the basket at the other end. Kind of a wild tip, credited to Spinks. 30 seconds to play here in the first half. 8-point margin. Don't want it to be any more.
Big steal by Donnelly, though. He's out of
Holy
control.
cow.
Went over the shoulder of Moore. And we'll see what the call is. Foul called from the outside, and the the Wheeler side upset. It wasn't called underneath the hoop.
Anyone out there considering being a referee might want to take a look around here right now and have second thoughts.
You're real close to him here, too, in the Porter County Conference, as Donnelly knocks it down. We've seen a couple acrobatic moves this week, Coach.
Definitely. That wasn't quite as good as the one in Purdue Cal the other night, but the defensive player didn't catch him in midair.
That's right.
Like we had there.
Donnelly gets 1 of 2. Fish fights for the rebound. Takes it back to the goal. Fakes. Had it knocked away. Now tries to get it back. He's in big man's country. Now he's fouled.
Watch Fish inside now. He has it knocked away, and then he throws about 7 head fakes. Finally takes it back up, gets it across the arm, and takes it to the free throw line where he'll have a chance to make 2.
Intensity getting a little raised here in the closing moments of the first half.
Definitely. I'd say the halftime's going to come at about the right moment.
32-25. Hebron's lead is 7. Bill Fish, the 6'2", 175 sophomore, goes to the free throw line. That one rolls out. 74% on the season.
You notice he was headed to the other end of the floor before the ball got to the rim. That's just not the way you do it. You have to keep your head right over the top of your base. You don't throw your fastball to the catcher and then try to walk to second base while you're doing it. That's better. Still didn't get it there.
Little short, rebounded by Spinks. 10 seconds left. Eldridge needs to hurry. Stevens looks for Spinks. Josh launches the three, around and in. Friendly rim, and it counts for three, and it's halftime. 10-point Hawk lead as they go to the locker room. 35-25 Hawks on Channel 56.
Basketball in Indiana, there's nothing like it in the other 49 states. In the spring of 1893 in Crawfordsville, Indiana, basketball premiered in the Hoosier States. Old Assembly Hall at Indiana University held the first IHSAA basketball tourney in 1911. Butler Fieldhouse was the site of the tournament from 1928 to 1971. Hammond Tech won it in 1940. East Chicago, Washington in 1960 and 1971. Gary Roosevelt in 1968 and 1991. And East Chicago, Roosevelt in 1970. A great tradition for Northwest Indiana. Channel 56 has been a part of this tradition and excitement for the past 4 years. And we will continue to, but only with your support. So please call the numbers on your screen. In doing so, a $10 charge will appear on your next phone bill. That phone call of support will cast your vote for high school basketball on 56. And we will provide the totals on next week's game. You are an integral part of this game. So please call if you can. Thank you.
We're at halftime, 35-25, Hebron by 10 at halftime. We want more people to thank this high school basketball game of the week, partially underwritten by Quality Gutters, 8529 East 181st Avenue in Hebron, 996-7410. Quality Gutters, specializing in siding, soffit, fascia, 5-inch residential or 6-inch commercial gutters in 10 colors. For estimates, call 996-7410. And by White Lumber Company, 56 North 325 West in Valparaiso, 759-2592. White Lumber Company, specializing in hardwood lumber and supporting Wheeler High School. 10-point lead for the Hawks. Will go down to the court with Coach Skip Collins.
We're at halftime here with Hebron holding a 10-point lead over Wheeler, 35-25. And my guest is Paul Schrader, a longtime member of the Porter County Conference, both as a student, an athlete, a teacher, and a coach. Paul, back in 1956, Harvey Nolan was your coach at Boone Grove. What are some of the ways that game has changed since 1956 in Boone Grove to what we're looking at here tonight?
Well, probably the three-point shot's the biggest change. And I don't know, did it come in while you were coaching?
Yes, it did.
And it would sure change your strategy in coaching, and it changes the game a lot.
Yeah, it definitely does. Paul, you've been here at Hebron now as a coach and as a teacher. You coached the head basketball coach here for 3 years. What kind of basketball teams did you have at those times? Some of the players you remember, and maybe some of the guys at Hebron here over the last 15, 20 years who have had an impact on the conference. I know that's a tough question, but what names come to mind?
Well, we had a real good run. Our 69-70 team was 21-2, and at that time we were going to the Crown Point and Calumet sectional. Crown Point had Gamoff and Liss and Kedney and Mummery. 4 kids played Division I ball.
Right.
And we got beat in the final game one year and the semifinals the next. From that ball team, Gary Scroggins is now on our staff. Mike Holford did hold the school scoring record until Ron Kobza broke it. Mike Broughton, who's coaching down Jeffersonville now, was a sophomore on my last team. We had some good ball. Rick Ragland. We had, I think, 4 kids scored 1,000 points in those 3 years.
Not only they play good basketball in the PCC, but I think sometimes people get the idea that you have to go to a school with 3,000 students to get a great education. You've got a good example right in your own family of what can happen educationally with your son, John. Where's he at, and how did he get there through Hebron High School?
We're criticized some because of our educational offerings. John is a junior at Air Force Academy, carrying a 3.5 grade average, and we're very proud of that. We didn't screw him up too badly here at Hebron. By the way, Skip, John's a manager with the football team, and my wife and I attended Liberty Bowl the last 2 years. Great experience for the family.
I've been fortunate enough to know Paul and his wife Sharon for a long time. It's people like Paul that make the PCC what it is. We're at halftime. Hebron 35, Wheeler 25. Let's go back up to the desk and Joe Arredondo.
Hawks with a 10-point advantage. We'll have third quarter action when we return to Hebron High School. After this, on our Northwest Indiana High School basketball game of the week on Channel 56.
The Northwest Indiana High School basketball game of the week on Channel 56 is made possible by the following.
St. Mary Medical Center in Gary offers comprehensive cardiology services featuring the first all-digital cath lab in Gary. Our diagnostic abilities include color flow echocardiography, and in our new rehab center, our goal is to return each patient to a healthy, productive life. In the 90s, St. Mary's in Gary will continue to meet new challenges in heart care. For more information, 881-8560.
Hi, I'm Nicole. Hi, I'm Kim. We work at CNH Medical Transportation, where our grandparents, Carolyn Tatum and Hollis Tatum, are the owners. We would also like to thank our customers for their 7 years of dedication and support. Here are the faces behind the voices that you speak to every day.
Hebron Amoco, Route 2 and Route 231 in Hebron. Soon to be Marathon, an American company serving America. Everyone at Bozeman Oil supports the Hebron Hawks. 996-3412. And by Dairy Queen, 620 North Front in Hebron. Brazier of Hebron, open year-round. Supporter of Hebron High School sports. 996-5510. And by J&H Auto and Tire Service, Route 231 West in Hebron. 2 locations, Hebron and in DeMont. Complete car care offering Goodyear and Cooper tires. Good Luck Hawks, 996-2611. And by Crookshanks Wood Shop, 521 West 250 South in Hebron. Designer and craftsman of fine furniture and cabinet making. Fine art in woodworking. 988-4119.
35-25 Hebron got a big three from Josh Spinks right before the halftime to make that 7-point lead turn into 10 and really take a much more comfortable advantage at the intermission.
That's definitely true, Joe, and I think one of the things we talked about before the basketball game was the range of the score. It definitely favors Hebron right now as they're halfway to 70, and I really thought if they could just get over 60 that they would definitely win the basketball game. But stranger things have happened.
Cheek, Donnelly lost it, stolen by the Hawks.
You have to get a shot at the basket every time down the floor.
Spinks double teamed. Wheeler drives left of the lane, leans in, fires no good, and a blocking foul inside on Hart.
On the replay, you'll see the drive to the basket and the blocking foul, which will send number 44, Wheeler, to the free throw line.
Free throws no good. 7:33 to go, third quarter of play. That one is good. 36-25, Hawks by 11, their biggest lead. Full court pressure, Donnelly in the backcourt.
Nice
Down
job.
the floor they come, Fish inside, a lot of contact, no call, missed the shot, gets the second rebound, and there's the foul called underneath.
The Wheeler side not overly happy again with the officiating, and I think perhaps some of the calls are not very good, but when you get one or two in a row that you think are bad, then everything starts to look bad to you, and perhaps that's part of the problem right now. Wheeler can hang in the basketball game here now if they can just hit some free throws, not panic during this little stretch.
Fish misses that one, though.
I have him as 0 for 3 from the night, rather unofficially, and he's a 74%er coming in.
That one's good. 10-point game again, 36-26. Spinks.
Well, he does everything. Going to score, rebound, bring the ball up the floor, pump it up later.
Down the baseline comes Moore, and he's slapped by Donnelly. Hawks will have it on the baseline.
Wheeler man-to-man against the out-of-bounds play.
Inside Spinks fakes. Had it partially deflected, and it rolled in.
That play is the reason most people don't play man-to-man against an out-of-bounds play, but frankly, it wasn't the man guarding Spinks that made the mistake. Somebody needs to guard the basket. When you're playing man-to-man against an out-of-bounds play, the man guarding the ball out of bounds has to play a one-man zone underneath the basket.
38-26 after the Wheeler turnover. Hawks have the ball back. Eldridge. Spinks fakes. Inside Zeldenrust. Backs it out more. Fires the three. No good. Wheeler the rebound. Can't get it to go. Tip try. It's out of bounds, but a foul on Wheeler's Jeff Cheek.
You see the offensive rebound by Wheeler, taking the ball up in the air and finally fouled on the rebound. Coming down, they'll take the ball out of bounds. Now, whoever's guarding number 44 out of bounds, Wheeler, needs to be playing a zone. That's Piaskin, and he is zoning the front of the basket. That stops all the screening plays.
Drive down the baseline, and the shot is no good. A couple of Bearcats had their hands on it. Now it's a jump ball call.
On the replay, you see the baseline drive. We'll see the missed shot, the struggle for the basketball. Wheeler's possession first, but tied up by the Hawks.
Eldridge had it partially blocked from behind into the hands of Spinks, and he knocks it down off the baseline. I've got Spinks with 13, and it's 40-26. Hebron by 14.
He does have 13 after a slow start with only one basket in the first quarter.
Fish fakes, opening in the middle, drives, fires, good. Wheeler, Spinks open, fakes the three, 15-footer in the air is good.
He's definitely a college-level player as only a junior. He can do an awful lot of things with that body.
Traveling called on Hovis.
So far, Wheeler in this half, as we watch the replay of the travel, has had the ball 5 times. They've taken 1 shot. Okay, with 5 times of the basketball taken 1 shot, and that's just, you can't win that way.
Spinks drives to the goal, lays it in. He's making it look easy. And a timeout, Wheeler. 5:25 to go, third quarter. Josh Spinks has gotten Hebron out to a sizable lead, 44-28 Hawks on Channel 56.
The Northwest Indiana High School Basketball Game of the Week on Channel 56 is made possible by the following.
St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart provides comprehensive heart care services to area residents. Our patients benefit from the latest technology, including an all-digital cardiac cath lab, a recently expanded rehab center, and advanced diagnostic techniques. Put your confidence in St. Mary's in Hobart, where the future of cardiology is taking shape. For more information, 947-6890.
Dunhill Tuxedos in Maryville and Highland offers quality service and a complete line of men's formal wear in all sizes, from shoes to top hats and canes. Proms, weddings, whatever your formal event, you can choose from the largest display of tuxedos and accessories in Northwest Indiana. For service, selection, and garments on the premises, Dunhill Tuxedos for sales and rentals in Maryville and Highland.
And by the financial support of viewers like you.
News, weather, sports information on Channel 56 weeknights at 6 and 10:30. Live Thursday at 8, Round Ball Review. And Skip Tips, which is playing to rave reviews. Bounce pass inside the cheek, he fakes, and it's swatted, but a foul call. Got coaches all over the area calling in wanting copies of those tips.
We'll have to figure out a price.
Yeah, good idea.
Unfortunately, we have one of the Wheeler speech teachers behind us about 4 rows over here, and he's got a megaphone for us.
Cheek misses that free throw. Off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by Moore. 5:05 to go for the third quarter. Zeldenrust triple teamed. Long three by Eldridge is short. Rebounded by Donnelly. Brian Donnelly lost it out of bounds.
I suppose if you're watching and hoping that Wheeler is going to do well, and you're not going to appreciate the comment, but that's the 7th possession. They have one shot at the basket.
Long lob for Spink. Zeldenrust off the back rim, no good. Tip try, no good. Rebound, a foul on Justin Moore.
And I think when I say things like that, hopefully fans realize I'm not saying anything at all that there aren't 3 coaches sitting on the Wheeler bench who already know. Now let's just pay attention here to this possession. What happens during this possession? Are we going to get a shot at the basket, and is it going to be a high-quality shot if we do?
Penetration. Corner shot is opened by Cheek. Good. Jeff Cheek, his 6th three-pointer.
That'll work.
That'll get you 18 the easy way there, and a traveling call on Terpstra.
You'll see the walk on the way to the basket by Rafe if he actually double dribbles the ball. 1-3-1 zone by the Hawks. Deflection out in front.
Donnelly now, again, coach, as you pointed out, the corner shot is open, and it's thrown away. Spinks with the steal. Zeldenrust on the move, and an offensive foul call. And Denny Foster comes up with water flying all over the place.
It's a good thing we're 1 row higher. If we were down 1 row, we could be wet. Watch the replay here. Here comes your offensive foul going to the basket. Actually, a pretty good call, at least not bad enough to... Denny just kind of got caught a little bit off balance there. He was in the middle of a drink, and kaboom, the water went
The
fly.
behind him got a part of it also.
Definitely, definitely. Looks like the old Globetrotter trick, except there weren't paper bits in the bucket.
Piaski's open in the corner. They get it to Donnelly. He'll shoot the 3. Off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by the Hawks. Wheeler. Spink, 3:35 for the third quarter. They lob Zeldenrust, triple team. Flips it out. Terpstra had a hand on it. They fight for it. Throws it back in bounds, out of bounds to Wheeler.
Just to show you that it's a catchable disease, you know, there was no reason for that either. Hebron ended up throwing the ball straight out of bounds. Wheeler did absolutely nothing really to deserve that turnover. You're only going to have the ball a certain number of times in the game, and that ball's like gold. You have to get a good shot at the basket with it. You don't have to be a mathematician to figure out that it's hard to score when the ball is rolling out of bounds under the basket.
A.J. Beckwith in the game for the first time, a sophomore. Got it. Donnelly no good. Rebounded by Spink. Boy, dribble penetration to the middle, and then corner jump shots is wide open.
It's an in-out game, Joe, against the zone. The ball has to go in the middle, then come back out.
Can't leave your feet, though, when you go to the middle. I'd be tempted to if I was going there. And
There's really no reason.
it looks good, though, on TV, Coach.
I've never seen your vertical, Joe, but I'm suspicioning it's not very much.
You're right. You're right. Really wouldn't. I could fool you. It really wouldn't look like I had left my feet. WYN again asking you to support the high school game of the week on Channel 56. We'll put those numbers up here in just a minute as Wheeler gets a timeout. Timeout, Bearcat, 2:43 to go. There you see it. A $10 donation will be charged to your next phone bill if you can donate to the high school basketball game of the week. It is 44-31 Hebron on Channel 56.
The Northwest Indiana High School Basketball Game of the Week on Channel 56 is made possible by the following. Valparaiso Orthopedic Clinic, 2501 Cumberland Drive in Valparaiso, specializing in sports injuries, sports medicine, and fracture care. Proud to support area youth. 464-8581. And by Body Art Collision in Color, 705 West State Route 2 in Hebron. Body work and color matching for all makes and models, foreign and domestic. Auto glass service available too. 996-2225. And by Hebron Radiator, 945 South 250 West in Hebron. Radiator repairs and heater cores. All work guaranteed. 1.5 miles south at the Cargill Grain Elevator on Route 8. 996-3452. And by Rippey Well Service, 261 North 475 West in Valparaiso. Proud to support Wheeler youth and Indiana's future. 759-2906.
44-31, Hebron by 13.
There's more to it than this, Joe, but when you're attacking a zone, you have to play in the gaps. If they have an odd front, you need an even front. If they're an even front, you have an odd front. And then there's four things. You have to pass fake, you have to dribble penetrate, you have to skip pass, that's cross-court the ball, and then you have to cut into the zone from behind. If you have any combination of those four things, then you can play basketball, not run basketball plays.
Inbounds to Fish, one-on-one against Zeldin. Russ now some help. Corner shot for Cheek in the air, good. Three-pointer. Jeff Cheek, his 7th three-pointer of the game, and a foul on Beckwith of Wheeler. And one of the young men here hitting the back of the head, and we don't like to see that. Chris Piaski went down very hard. Didn't see it, Coach, did you?
I did not see it either, but I think it happened when the ball was being taken inbounds full court right before the last play. Right after the timeout, as the ball was being taken inbounds by Donnelly. As it was inbounded, I got out of the corner of my eye the young man fall down. But we won't see it back that far, I don't think. It did not happen here, I don't believe.
No, it did not.
It happened 10 or 15 seconds before the replay that we were able to show you.
Continue play. Chris Piaski with a cut to the back of his head, and he was bleeding pretty seriously, and he's going to the locker room. Hope he's all right. As reach in by Cheek and a foul call.
We can see the replay as Cheek will reach in and try to steal the basketball, but is called out there 22 feet away from the basket for the foul. We are only down 10. If they could get a small spurt here, they could make a basketball game out of it. I think, at least I've been guilty. I can't say that you are, but I'm guilty of kind of looking at this as a game that's going along and Hebron's going to win it, but it really isn't that way. There's 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's only a 10-point margin. A small burst right here by Wheeler, and they could get back in the game.
Terpster knocks that shot down, though.
That'll make it harder. I have him for 9 points on the evening.
Conley. Hovis, 15-footer with the left hand, good.
There's your dribble penetration.
10-point game again, and a steal by Beckwith. Now he had it reached in and a foul called on the Hawks on Eldridge.
One of the greatest ways basketball has changed in the last 12 or 15 years. Coaches always used to discourage dribbling against the zone, but now dribbling, especially at the basket, is encouraged. They also used to always discourage cross-courting the basketball against any kind of defense. Now that's one of the things that I think coaches have come to realize is a pretty good thing.
46-36. Hebron by 10, but Wheeler still hanging around with 1:40 to go, third quarter. Donnelly throws it away, stolen by Terpstra. Behind the back pass, Spinks puts it up, missed it wide left. Terpstra goes and gets the rebound. Stevens fires off the board, good. Fake by Fish. Donnelly open for the corner jumper, long, no good. Cheek the rebound. Tried to shovel it off inside, but threw it away. Stolen by Spinks. Chris Piaski with a small cut to the back of his head, and he is in the locker room now and getting treated for that. Spinks inside, lays it in, and a foul call. What's the call? A blocking foul inside.
Spinks is a good athlete, Joe. He's not only 6'7", but he moves well, has nice body control. We haven't seen him trip and fall or do anything that you associate with a 6'7" junior. Catches the ball well, got a nice future as a basketball player.
I also believe, as you do, that he's got a chance. 6'7" frame, really got some muscle on that. I saw Josh as a freshman, and he was very skinny, a very skinny drink of water, but he's put some muscle on those bones, and he looks like he's having an outstanding junior season. He could have a great senior season.
Definitely so. I would imagine our friend Larry Little over at Purdue Cal would certainly like to see him.
Larry probably watching, doesn't miss any of our high school games, and Spinks hits the free throw, and he'll come out. Runs the floor very well also.
The 1-2-2 trap defense.
Down the floor, Jeremy Hanna into the game for the first time. Obis off the back rim, no good. Zeldin Russ the rebound and a foul on Hovis.
Hovis has penetrated now right in there and taken 10-foot shots twice, made one, missed one. He could also kick the ball to the corner from there very easily. You'll see the rebound. And a foul call. Number 50, Zeldin Russ at the free throw line. Averages almost 10 points per game on the season. He's a 55% free throw shooter.
Zeldin Russ no good off the back rim. Rebounded by Wheeler. Fish on the rebound. He's trapped. Gets it away to Hovind. Deflected away. Cheek had a hand on it, but Hovind gets it back. Fish fakes. Swings it Beckwith. Hovind. Back to Beckwith. Inside of 5, they got to get it toward the basket. Hovis gets it in the corner. Cheek again, no good. Rebound fight. And time has run out for the third quarter. After 3, it's Hebron 51 and Wheeler 36 on Channel 56.
Basketball in Indiana, there's nothing like it in the other 49 states. In the spring of 1893 in Crawfordsville, Indiana, basketball premiered in the Hoosier States. Old Assembly Hall at Indiana University held the first IHSAA basketball tourney in 1911. Butler Fieldhouse was the site of the tournament from 1928 to 1971. Hammond Tech won it in 1940. East Chicago, Washington in 1960 and 1971. Gary Roosevelt in 1968 and 1991, and East Chicago Roosevelt in 1970, a great tradition for Northwest Indiana. Channel 56 has been a part of this tradition and excitement for the past 4 years, and we will continue to, but only with your support. So please call the numbers on your screen. In doing so, a $10 charge will appear on your next phone bill. That phone call of support will cast your vote for high school basketball on 56, and we will provide the totals on next week's game. You are an integral part of this game, so please call if you can. Thank you.
51-36 Hebron as we enter the fourth quarter of play tonight. It was a 10-point game at 46-36, but the Hawks have opened up a bigger lead, a 15-point lead. Hey, that junior varsity coach on the Wheeler bench looks pretty familiar there, Coach Collins.
That's Mike Jones talking to Coach Skeeter Heath. Mike, one of the finest basketball players I ever had the privilege to coach, and an outstanding young man, a graduate of Valparaiso University, going into the education and coaching field, which I guess shows he's not overly smart. But anybody who wants to be a coach can't be too intelligent. But in all seriousness, Mike is one heck of a nice young man. Want to wish him all the luck in the world.
Terpstra, cross-court pass, Eldridge fakes. It's stolen away. Nice steal inside. Cheek, though, can't get it to a teammate. It's stolen back by the Hawks. Brian Brodner. And a foul inside. Foul inside on Wheeler. Next Friday we'll be in Maryville at Andrean High School. Hobart Brickies and Andrean 59ers. Jeff Jacobs and Scott Basista, who's having a great year, another outstanding junior in our area. IU basketball tomorrow on 56 at 7. Preceded by the Boilermakers. And Vanderbilt and Auburn picks it off on Channel 56 as the rebound comes to Cheek of Wheeler. Brian Brodner misses the front end. Now Fish launches the three, no good off the back rim. Rebound loose in the lane. Fish comes down the lane. Hovis fires a three, no good. Shot up and good, and a foul called. Jeremy Hanna, 6'3", 165 junior who played in the junior varsity game. Got a rebound, deuce, and goes to the line.
You watch the outside shot go up, the offensive rebound, and the basket for Mr. Hanna. 6'3" and a junior, and he was really happy about that one, as was the Wheeler crowd right off to our left.
Free throw good by Hanna. Dennis Mockris into the game for the first time, a 5'11" sophomore for Wheeler. 7:02 to go. The lead again cut to 12 after the three-point play.
Still 7 minutes to play. A little man-to-man pressure on the inbounds pass by the Bearcats.
They get it into Eldridge.
He's a good handler of the basketball, and just as he says that, he has the pass go out of bounds.
Deflected out by the Bearcats, and Hebron will have it back. 51-39 Hebron.
What you're looking at is something that should be a rule change in basketball. You should never have to take the ball out of bounds within 10 feet of the corner of the floor. There's just no reason to do that. They ought to have little hash marks in about 15 feet from each corner and take it out at the nearest spot there.
In the Sphinx, they fight for it. He's triple teamed, tries to throw it up from behind the backboard, and it's rebounded by Donnelly. Now a cross body block and a flagrant foul called. Fish tried to get sturdy to screen one of the Hawks, and a flagrant foul call.
We're going to watch on the replay what happens here, see if we can pick it out of the corner of the screen.
I don't know about that. I think he was just trying to brace himself for the shot he was going to take, because the Hebron kids are much bigger than the Wheeler guys here tonight.
There may have been a foul on the pick, but I would agree with you, Joe. I don't think it was intentional, which is what the call was.
He wasn't moving. Stevens fires, no good.
The game has been contested very aggressively here now. We've had one injury, as we see on the end of the gym. Piaski is leaving. Probably going to have a stitch or two in the back of his head there, right on the top of the head, bleeding. And they just need to get that bleeding stopped. And that was Jim Rose, one of the nicest guys in school administration you ever want to meet, helping him out.
Wheeler puts it in after he got his own rebound. 54-39.
Zone very high now for Hebron, out in a 2-3 zone, but very high out on the floor.
Foul on Wheeler as Donnelly was trying to drive the baseline.
Players aren't really sure right now what's going to be called and what isn't going to be called. We're looking at the bench area.
Terpstra also a little injured, getting some treatment on the Hebron bench. Donnelly, cross-court pass, Cheek tries to set his feet and fire, good again.
I'll say this, it's a good thing he wasn't late for the bus.
8 threes for Jeff Cheek tonight.
He's not the same player he was last week, I can tell you that. He has turned into the other Cheek.
Eldridge was fouled, and he's on the free throw line.
It's great to see a young man come out of a little slump like he's been in, though, and hit these shots, and he's playing with a lot of confidence, and this will really help the Bearcats down the line.
That one's good, 55-42.
When you're in the position that Skeeter Heath and the Bearcats are now, probably going to drop to 3 and 10 after the game here. It's difficult.
Knocks Donnelly out of the way, coach, and lays it in.
I was just going to say it's a difficult decision whether you start playing for next year or whether you try to finish this year as strongly as you can. You'd like to do a combination of those two things.
Cheek driving, missing the layup, a little too close to the hoop again. He's hit 8 threes, but missed that one. Stevens, and a blocking foul on Beckwith.
Here you'll watch the replay, and you'll see the blocking foul as the defender fails to get square and perpendicular to the line of the offensive player.
Going back into the Wheeler line, number 32, Bill Huff.
57-42, Stevens going to the free throw line. 5'10" sophomore.
About all Hebron can do now is try to win every basketball game they play and hope that lacrosse stumbles along the line in the PCC league race.
Rebounded by Spinks, lost it on the way up, gets it back, and it's fouled by Cheek.
Put you on the spot, Joe. You've seen KV play, you've seen Lowell play. Can Hebron be a factor during the tournament?
I definitely think so. Hebron losing very close game here early in the season to Lowell. I was very impressed with Lowell last week, even in losing to KV by by 1. They played an outstanding third quarter. We'll see tomorrow night. I believe Hebron will meet KV tomorrow evening. Josh Finks and Keith Baker, that should be an interesting matchup inside. Knocks them both down. He's got 26.
Lowell played well enough last week to be number 11.
Yeah. Shot is good and a foul call. Good for Bill Fish, and he'll go to the free throw line. Off the board and good for Bill Fish, and he goes to the line, the 6'2 sophomore. Completes the three-point play with the friendly rim.
I like Fish's all-around game. I think he's got a chance to be a real good player in his junior and senior years. He's 6'2", going to grow to be about 6'3". Got a relatively nice frame on him, going to get a little bit stronger. He's got nice shooting touch, and he dribbles the ball well. He's got a chance to be a real leader for the Wheeler team.
Finks looking for a teammate, gets at the turf truck. Justin Moore. Finks on a turnaround. It's short, no good. Rebound comes to the floor. They fight for it. Ball still loose, out of bounds. Out of bounds off the Bearcats, and Hebron will have it.
We'll watch the scramble here on the replay. This is one where 15 hands touch the ball, and finally it's out of bounds.
Three in the air by Eldridge is good.
Point margin with 4.5 minutes to play.
Deflected out of bounds by Moore.
The cross-court pass that was deflected there will get through if you'll pass the ball to the high post area once in a while. Right now they need to flash cutters to the high post area.
Stolen by Eldridge. No look to Stevens off the board. No good. Finks the rebound, lays it in, and a foul call.
On the replay now, you'll see the pass down for the jump shot. No good. Here comes the 6'7 junior, puts it up off the glass and lays it in. Cheek returns to the basketball game, replacing Brian Hunt, 6-foot sophomore.
Josh is listed at 6'7", 190. Looks a little bigger than that, though, and obviously can put some more weight on.
Definitely so. You can see on that free throw that he has a nice touch. Any 6'7 kid who's shooting 72% from the free throw line as a junior has a nice touch.
Donnelly had it swatted out of bounds by Moore.
Here you'll see the pass off to the right to Donnelly, and the shot blocked up into the bleachers.
Fish. Cheek trying to control the bounce pass. Cross-court pass. Donnelly will launch the three. Good. Long pass. Stevens will fight. Fish takes it away.
It's been a long time between baskets for Brian Donnelly.
Another three from Fish. Lead's been cut to 15. Foul in the backcourt on Donnelly.
Mr. Donnelly, practicing for a law career, trying to point out that there was a referee right on top of the play. But I don't think the two officials are too interested in his opinion.
Good for Josh Fink. 67-51, 3:35 to go.
He's in the area of 26 points.
Good again, 68-51. Cheek open for the three, his ninth three-pointer.
What's the record in this place, anyway?
9 threes, and he's got 27. Even I can figure that one out. A foul called in the backcourt. Nine three-pointers.
I have no idea what the record would be in the gym, in the county, for the school, in the state. Obviously, whatever it is, it's only been going on for the last 5 years, and so I really have no idea what it would be. This would be the 6th year for the existence of the three-point shot in high school.
Free throws, good. And you pointed out, most of his misses from the floor tonight have been from inside the arc.
Definitely so.
3:16 to go in the ball game. Hebron 69 and Wheeler 54 on WYIN Channel 56.
Basketball in Indiana, there's nothing like it in the other 49 states. In the spring of 1893 in Crawfordsville, Indiana, basketball premiered in the Hoosier State. Old Assembly Hall at Indiana University held the first IHSAA basketball tourney in 1911. Butler Fieldhouse was the site of the tournament from 1928 to 1971. Hammond Tech won it in 1940. East Chicago, Washington in 1960 and 1971. Gary Roosevelt in 1968 and 1991. And East Chicago, Roosevelt in 1970. A great tradition for Northwest Indiana. Channel 56 has been a part of this tradition and excitement for the past 4 years. And we will continue to, but only with your support. So please call the numbers on your screen. In doing so, a $10 charge will appear on your next phone bill. That phone call of support will cast your vote for high school basketball on 56. And we will provide the totals on next week's game. You are an integral part of this game. So please call if you can. Thank you.
Wednesday night, Purdue and IU coaches can be seen right here on WYN Channel 56. The coach twice, Sunday at 11:30. Bob Knight, Gene Keady celebrating his 300th win last night. IU gutted out a tough one on Wednesday night.
Some tremendous milestones. Knight, of course, just recently was 600 and Keady was 300. Knight was very fortunate, of course, not that he hasn't won an awful lot of games percentage-wise, but he got started very early. He's one of the earliest coaches in history to get a Division I head coaching job. Very young man when he took over at Army.
If you're a Wheeler fan or a Hebron fan, you saw the numbers there, and if you want your team to continue to get exposure on Channel 56, dial up one of those 900 numbers and make your vote in support of high school basketball continuing as the shot is up and good for Jeremy Hanna. 70-56, and a foul in the backcourt on who? Let's see. It'll be on Cheek of Wheeler.
Let's watch it here because Skeeter Heath thinks this is a charge, and we'll see what happens. Actually, on the replay, I believe the call was probably correct. The foul was on the defensive player. If you lead through with the ball, the foul will normally be on the defense. We have a foul out on Wheeler.
Jeff Cheek, I believe, has fouled out of the ball game, and he's the Bearcat with 9 3-pointers tonight for 27 points.
Great round of applause from the Wheeler fans for Jeff Cheek. I've seen a lot of basketball games in my life, but I've never seen anybody make 9 3-pointers, at least not that I can remember.
Short with the free throw by Terpstra, rebounded by Beckwith.
We're absolutely killing his free throw percentage.
Fish for 3, no good. Wheeler the rebound. Spinks in the backcourt. 2:45 to go.
Now that's impressive. He can play on the perimeter. He can shoot from the perimeter.
That one rolls around and out.
Maybe he just can't make it, but actually he can. I saw him make a couple 3-pointers in the PCC tourney. And if you were a college scout here watching, what you just saw there might be the most impressive thing you've seen all night as he dribbled the ball up the floor, made a cut off a V dribble, got it back, shot the 3-pointer, knew exactly what he was doing. He wasn't guessing at all when he shot the ball.
Runs the floor very well. Handles the ball very well.
Now he's going to sit very well for a while now, I think. And let somebody else play.
Jason Hovis off the drive. A steal by Hovis. He'll launch it from 16. No good. Donnelly had it deflect out of bounds to Hebron.
Nice effort by Donnelly. Donnelly, who came into the game tonight averaging over 16 points a game, has really played hard, and just things have not fallen his way offensively. He hasn't gotten very many open shots, and they just haven't rolled in for him.
Foul on Donnelly before the shot.
There you can see the foul. Now that was closer to being an intentional foul than the one that was called earlier on Fish. Donnelly actually did try to foul for the last 2 dribbles. He just made it look as though it wasn't intentional. This is one of those games, Joe, that neither side is going to be very happy with the refereeing, and it hasn't been exceptionally good. There's no doubt about that. But the play has led to inconsistency in the officiating also. Been an awful lot of loose balls, bad passes, scrambles, breakaways, offensive rebounds, all the things that lead to continual judgment calls.
No good off the side rim. Rebounded by Wheeler. Hunt to Fish. He tried to lean in and he drew the foul. And they want the 3 free throws. Let's see if they'll get it. No, they say the foul was called before the shot.
Well, you can be the judge here. Let's see. Is the foul before the shot? Call one of those 900 numbers. And we'll register as a vote on that foul call also. But don't be surprised if it costs you $10 to vote. Okay.
Fish to the free throw line. That one's good. 70 to 59, 2:06 to go. Fans have stayed till the end.
This is a basketball game. We're down to 9, or oops, could have been down to 10 points right there.
70-59. Eldridge.
Lofting,
throwing it away. Now, one of the
out.
Bearcats lost it, almost a first down and 10, but a foul called on Brian Hunt.
Scramble for the ball and clipping from behind.
Terpstra to the free throw line. Around and out. Spinks over the back, and a foul called on Josh. Fish trying to back him out and finally got the call.
Wheeler has a chance to cut this to 9 with just a little bit under 2 minutes to go. You're going to watch the ball go up in the air. There's the rebound, and you couldn't quite see it, but the foul for coming over the back. Fish goes to the free throw line, where he's a 74% shooter. It's 70-59, 1:53 to go.
We saw some strange things late in the game last week. A 10-point low lead go by the boards with 3 minutes to go.
Well, it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Some guys that Coach Foster thought he was going to rest for the last 3 minutes are no longer resting.
Free throw is good, 70-60. Coach Foster wanted a timeout, but Fish already has the ball. That one rolls around and out of there. Josh Spinks claims the rebound. Eldridge. Left of the lane, bounces. Terpstra lost it. Ball comes loose. Wheeler down 10, has the ball back with 1:38 to go, and a foul on Spinks in the backcourt.
That was not a good play by Spinks. Whether the call was any good or not is irrelevant. He should have run straight back into the 3-second lane at the other end of the floor. And when you could see at the replay, he ran right toward the dribbler. No reason to do that whatsoever. Should have gone back defensively.
Timeout Hebron, 1:37 to go. 10-point Hawk lead, 70-60 on Channel 56.
Take a break from the cold, dreary weather and put some color in your life. Take up a new hobby Saturday afternoons with art shows on Channel 56. At noon, watch The Art of William Alexander and Buck Paulson. At 12:30, learn the magic of acrylic painting with Brenda Harris. That's followed at 1 p.m. with the magic of oil painting with Buck Paulson. And at 1:30, it's The Art of Floral Painting with Lowell Spears. If you're tired of winter, brighten up your life with the art shows, Saturday afternoons on Channel 56. If you're concerned about your health, watch Channel 56 Saturday afternoons. A panel of medical experts discusses health problems on Medically Speaking. Learn about the causes and cures of diseases and what kind of treatments are available. Don't miss Medically Speaking, Saturdays at 3:30 on Channel 56. Join Channel 56 Saturday for 3 exciting college basketball matchups. At 1 p.m., catch SEC conference action when Vanderbilt takes on Auburn. At 4, it's action at Mackey Arena when Michigan State meets the Purdue Boilermakers. Finally, at 7 p.m., the Indiana Hoosiers meet the Northwestern Wildcats. It's a great day for college basketball Saturday on your station for college basketball, Channel 56.
Next time on Austin City Limits, Asleep at the Wheel.
Boogie back in Texas, St. Pete to the mile. Here we go.
Plus, Riders in the Sky. By the light of the moon.
Phil Fish to the free throw line. 1:37 to go, and the Hawks lead has been trimmed to 10. And that one is good. (70-61), 1:37 to go. Fish, good. Beckwith comes in for Fish, so Beckwith might be the man that they call on to foul one of the Hawks.
Could be the designated hacker in this particular case. Also, that's a great way to make sure your press is set up as the sub during the free throw.
That was my role, the designated hacker. Long past the Spinks.
We're doing the same thing now, only it's golf. Yeah.
Spinks fires, no good. It's kind of a quick shot. Eldridge fires it in. The Hawks there operating with their own shot clock instead of maybe trying to run some clock. Tough shot, and he made it to extend the lead to 10.
Fish back in the ballgame now in place of Beckwith as they get the offensive team in.
Nice pass by Hovis inside, but Hanna couldn't hold it. And Hebron's ball. Spinks to Terpstra, and Terpstra's fouled in the backcourt by Brian Hunt.
You know, this is probably an extraneous point at best, but you might have noticed the last time Wheeler took the ball in bounds, they rolled it up the floor, let it bounce a couple of times so that the clock would not start. The interesting thing about that is because of a combination of rule changes, you could actually have a situation where the clock would never start. You could roll that ball in bounds. Once the passer in bounds lets go of it, the 5-second violation is no longer in danger because it ends as soon as he lets go of it. And the clock doesn't start till somebody touches it in bounds. You could roll the ball in bounds 3 or 4 feet, have it die there. If neither team touched it, the ball could lay there forever. It used to be that something would happen in that case. But because of the rule changes, you could actually have the stupid situation, the ball sitting there, and you could be here for 5 hours.
Because the clock would never start.
Exactly.
Hanna swatted, and it's out of bounds to Wheeler.
It used to be that couldn't happen because the 5-second count was in effect until the ball was touched in bounds. But now the 5-second count is off as soon as the band releases the ball.
That'd be one way to get on the ref's nerves.
Definitely.
Long three is no good. It's out of bounds to Hebron. And he ran the baseline in a traveling call. So Wheeler has the basketball. Spinks moved on the baseline, and it wasn't after a made shot. Fish kicks it. Zeldin Russ has it. 48 seconds left. Eldridge. Spinks again to the goal, scores, and a foul call.
Watch the ball go into Spinks, take the baseline power move, and the foul.
(76-62) Hebron with 42 seconds left.
I believe this will be his 32nd point if he drops this one in, Joe. Pretty nice evening's work.
Zeldin Russ comes out, Raposi in. Knocks it down. Now Spinks will come out for the second time. Coach Denny Foster took him out at about the 2:40 mark, but then had to put him back in the game.
I've had that experience. Never with a guy 6'7".
Hovis launches the three, rolls out of there. Terps to the rebound, and another foul called on Hovis.
Well, with a 15-point margin and 35 seconds to go, I think it's safe for Red Auerbach to light up his cigar right now and say that Hebron is going to win this basketball game. But it's been a struggle, and I don't think it's the type of game that either team's going to walk away with exceptionally pleased. Wheeler has suffered an injury, and they've felt that things haven't gone well for him on the whistle side as the Terpstra hits the free throw, and it's another loss, and you're down to 3-10. It's hard to feel good riding on a school bus seat when you're 3-10. Hebron on the other side, I don't think they were real smooth, didn't play as well as they would like to have played under these conditions, but I think they'll regroup because tomorrow night is a very, very important basketball game for them.
It really is, and the more games that Scott Lockhart gets coming back, the more dangerous he becomes. Fish down the lane, firing, around and out, no good. Hanna had the rebound and a foul inside. Foul will be on Rakosi, I believe.
To see the ball go up on the board, the rebound, and grabbing inside, the referee pointing, and it's going to be a foul on Hebron. one of those ones when you're sitting on the Wheeler bench now, you whisper to your fellow coaches, they're just evening it up.
Hannah fires good. (79-63). (79-64). Foul in the backcourt with 25 seconds left.
Well, I wonder how many more whistles we could possibly get in 25 seconds. I do want to say, because I know we always close out quickly, Joe, that it's really been a pleasure to come to Hebron High School, and I think the fans who watch this game tonight will have some kind of an appreciation how hard they play in the Porter County Conference, and the tradition, the atmosphere that surrounds these games, really very, very hard to beat. This is the type of atmosphere that's made Hoosier Hysteria something that's known from one end of this nation to the other. When you're riding in the family camper in Montana and you pull up to somebody and you've got an Indiana license plate, they know Notre Dame's in Indiana, they know we have some kind of a car race, and they know we play high school basketball.
Free throws missed by Eldridge. 22 seconds left. Hovis, no good. Rebounded by Hebron. And another foul in the backcourt. Foul is on Bill Fish, and he's fouled out of the ball game.
I wish my scorekeeping were a little bit better so I could tell you exactly how many points Fish has. He averaged 12 and a half coming in, and I can tell you he's over his average and has carried a lot of the Wheeler offense, tonight, along with Cheek, who fouled out about 45 minutes ago.
Scott Hart's back in. Coach Skeeter Heath had to look down the bench and try to remember which ones hadn't fouled out.
I'd say if he could put Mike Jones in there, he would.
Off the back rim, no good. Justin Moore tried to throw it up there. Cozy gets it out. Eldridge will launch again. That one's partially blocked. There's the Cairn with one, and it's over. Hebron wins the ball game tonight. 80-64 over Wheeler. We'll talk to Coach Denny Foster after this on WYN Channel 56.
IU basketball season is underway, and the Hoosiers hope to be on their way to the Final Four. Find out what their chances are. Watch the Bobby Knight Show, Channel 56. Coach Knight discusses the plays and points of previous games, as well as the next matchup. Meet the players who lead the team to victory or defeat. See the game from the coach's point of view. Don't miss the Bobby Knight Show on the only station bringing you IU basketball, Channel 56.
Few things for around the home are as beautiful as an Oriental rug. Sundays at noon, watch Channel 56 for Oriental Rugs et al. A look at Oriental rugs. Travel all over the world to craft fairs and expositions and see the finest rugs available. If you're looking for something to brighten your home, or if you're just curious, tune in Sundays at noon for Oriental Rugs et al. On Channel 56.
This particular tool would be great for helping clear the brush away from the farm. The Indian hatchet in 3 different colors.
If you enjoy quilting, join Channel 56 Sundays at 1:30. Watch Quilt in a Day for step-by-step instructions for making beautiful quilts. Learn the fast, easy way to make quilts. Give them as gifts or keep them around your home. You won't want to miss a single show in this series. So if quilting is your hobby, tune in Sundays at 1:30 for Quilt in a Day, only on Channel 56. Meet the people who make the laws here in Indiana. Sundays at 6 p.m., watch Channel 56 for Indiana lawmakers. Get an in-depth view of the Indiana lawmaking process from state senators and representatives. Learn about the 1993 legislative session. Watch Indiana lawmakers Sundays at 6 p.m. on your hometown station, Channel 56.
Next on Mystery, a policewoman, against all odds, finds herself heading a complex murder investigation.
Look, I know you asked for this case specifically.
You don't like it? Put him for transfer.
Do you know what this means? You are accusing an officer of doctoring evidence.
Yes, I do know what it means, sir.
We knew we had the right man. We knew it.
Helen Mirren stars in Prime Suspect on Mystery.
80-64 for Hebron tonight with Coach Dennis Foster, and obviously Josh Spinks continued where he left off last weekend. Played an outstanding game tonight, career high of 32.
Yeah, I thought he even played better than he did last week. He played extremely hard at both ends of the floor. He had 32 points, a career high. I'm sure he had more than his average of 12 rebounds a game, and he played very well at the defensive end. And he kept his composure, stayed in the game the whole time, didn't get in any foul trouble, and I'm really pleased with the way he played. At the beginning of the game, Rafe Terpstra again came off the bench and gave us a big lift and got us going, because I thought Wheeler had a great game plan. They spread the floor on us and moved the basketball, and Cheek was ready to play tonight. I think, what did he have, maybe 6 threes the first half, or the team anyway had 6 threes in the first half and maybe 6 more in the second half. That has to be the highest number of threes ever scored against us, and I think Cheek had 9 threes for the game. That's a gym record.
We were wondering, because Coach has seen a lot of games as have I. We've never remember a guy having 9 threes.
Now, that was spectacular. Coach, the game was played very hard tonight. You've got a big game tomorrow night at KV, and it's one where you'd like to go down, and even if you don't win the game, like to prove to yourself, to your kids, that you can be a factor in that sectional. I know you've been practicing for Wheeler all week, but say a word or two, if you could, about Hebron at Kankakee Valley.
Well, we're going to go down there with the idea of winning. We'll have a practice in the morning and not just a shoot-around or anything. We'll actually do some things that we feel we have to do in order to compete with KV and possibly beat them. It'll be a good test for us. They'll definitely be the best team that we've played since we played Lowell the 3rd or 4th game of the season.
Size-wise, you're like maybe not some other teams that play Kankakee Valley. You can match up a little with them size-wise. You don't have the depth that they do in terms of big players, but you know, with Spinks at 6'7" and Zeldin Russ at 6'5", you can play a little with their big people.
Yeah, and what I want to see is what do our kids do against their big people. Yeah, maybe we can do some things defensively against them, but I'd like to see what they're going to do against us. It'll be interesting to see how, for instance, Justin Moore is going to be playing against a guy 3 or 4 or 5 inches taller than him, and since most of the teams would play only have 1 or 2 big guys, he's usually got a smaller guy playing against him. And we have used some things in the past where we have brought Justin and played him down at the blocks some. Ryan Zeldin Russ has a lot of relatives down there at KV, and I know he's been looking forward to this game all week. Worked a little extra hard at practice, running wind sprints and so forth. And the way Josh is coming on, be very interesting. And we talk about the big people, but the game will probably come down to guard play. And we know we got Lockhart and Seesma to really watch tomorrow night. But I like the way our guards have really come along. As I said, Rafe Terpstra came off the bench and did a good job. And I thought in the second quarter, Jake Wheeler ran some really good fast breaks for us. And then, of course, we have Jack Eldridge, hopefully can get going from the outside for us tomorrow night.
We should have known that Zeldin Russ had relatives down there because he's 6'5". Obviously, he's had some of the water in Wheatfield.
Well, with a name like Zeldin Russ, he has to be from somewhere around there.
All righty, 80-64 for the Hawks tonight. They win at home over Wheeler by 16. We'll join you again next Friday night from Andrean, where the Hobart Brickies will take on the Andrean 59ers. Until then, good evening.